Hello folks, tonight I just want to talk you through what a typical marketing journey looks like for most people. I've been talking through this process with coaching clients and just wanted to share a high level overview with you. So look, when we start out, let's sort of draw a bit of a graph here. When we start out, we start down here and we sort of work up this way. Now, when I work with people or when you're going on this marketing journey yourself, there's several different milestones that we're looking to achieve. Now, very often that first milestone is your first client using these digital marketing channels, but then there's other milestones along the journey as well. So let's just draw them in, there we are. So in the early days, when we're down in this part here, the primary goal is to really try and win your first client. So it's very manual, it's very methodical, and it's very effective. But it is a fair bit of grunt work, but that's what it takes in the early stages. We're talking here about things like growing your network of contacts on LinkedIn, messaging those contacts and nurturing them through the 5 main stages of the nurture system. It's very effective, but once we hit that first milestone and win that client, and then we're moving into more of these types of stages. In this second stage, this is where things become, a little bit easier. And as we go up this graph, it builds momentum and there's a lot more stuff happening without you always having to kind of push. So phase 2, this is where we become established and have that confidence that we know how to bring on a client and we can rinse and repeat that. Going through this phase, though, we don't want to spend all of our time, well, some people do, but a lot of us don't want to spend all of our time doing all of the grunt work all of the time. So instead of just things like messaging people on LinkedIn and starting conversations that way, we look to start an email list. We start to grow a community in a Facebook group. We start to be visible on other people's websites or in front of other people's communities so that they can discover us that way. Now, as we progress, in this phase, we're really looking to grow. Looking to grow. And so during this phase, again, we're building momentum, we're putting more building blocks in place in our overall marketing ecosystem. In this phase, we start to have things happen like, we build an autoresponder. We are visible on search engines so that people are discovering our marketing or our business, our marketing ecosystem, without us having to manually, reach out to people. So when people are finding you on search through Google and they're downloading something and they're joining your email autoresponder, that's a lot more hands-off than writing to people personally and offering them something and messaging it to them and following them up. So that's how we're progressing up this graph. And then in this final sort of stage over here, when we're really looking, where we really got the ability to scale, this is where things happen. That's a whole lot of momentum, whole lot of leverage and scale. Things like joint venture partnerships, where somebody with 10,000 people on their mailing list might send a message out to their community talking about you, inviting their audience to attend a webinar that you're hosting. But rushing straight into things like that isn't the right thing to be focused on if you're starting out down in this initial phase. All right, so what we want to do here is put in the reps, put in the work, win that client, know how to do it, and then we build more and more stuff as we go down. So typically this can be in the first 2 months. Let's just make that a bit thinner. 2 months. But then as we progress, 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year, we get more momentum, more scale, more leverage as we build out the marketing ecosystem. So folks, look, I hope that makes sense. Hello to the people live on the call. Do you want to just drop a live in the chat if you're watching this live? If you're watching the replay, just drop the word replay in. If that appeals, this journey, and you'd like to have a bit more of a chat about it, please DM me. My link will be in the description, or leave a comment just saying chat, and I will tell you a bit more about how I can help you on this journey, but most importantly, how I can get you to this initial milestone as quick as we can, and then continue the journey beyond that. All right, team, good night. See you later.